So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the class on international finance. And in this class, we're going to discuss very important problem related to arbitrage possibilities. So, when we talk about arbitrage, first, I hope that you are aware about the term called arbitrage. In case if you are not aware, I'm going to explain you the term arbitrage. Arbitrage is all about employing trading mechanism, employing such trading mechanism which can help to earn a risk-free profit, so or risk-free return, better word would be. So when it comes to traders who actually participate in the trading market, either it is currency market or commodity market or stock market. So basically three kinds of traders are there. So one kind of trader is called hedger. Okay, another kind of trader are called speculators. So last class I discussed about them. One kind of trader, a hedger, then you have speculator, and then you have arbitrator. So hedgers are those individuals who basically look any market for hedging purpose. Hedging means risk minimization purpose. So imagine if I'm Infosys and I know that I'm going to receive X amount of dollar from my foreign client in the future. So my concern is that the value of dollar should not decrease in the future because I'm going to get the money in the dollar. Tomorrow, if the dollar value will decrease, then I end up in getting less money in term of rupees when I convert that into rupee. So what I'll do, I'll look for a derivative market where I can hedge my risk, probably by taking offsetting position in the derivative market. And thereby, the way I look derivative market is to minimize my concern over my underlying asset movement of the price. While they are speculators are those individuals who can understand the market, who know that what likely gonna happen in the future, in the sense that what likely gonna happen in the future, how a person be aware about. If you understand economics, if you understand what is happening around us, like you know that the floods are coming around the world. Because of the floods, if they're coming around the world, automatically the supply chain management will be impacted around the world. And because if the supply chain management will get impacted around the world, because of which the agricultural production could not able to happen. Why the agricultural production could not able to happen? Because of too much rainfall. So because of too much rainfall, if the agriculture will get destroyed, if supply chain network will get hampered because of the rains and ships, they could not able to work properly. And because of all this, what will happen? The prices of commodity will increase. The prices of the commodity will increase, then it will bring inflation. If inflation will come, automatically the goods, whatever we are trying to purchase, we end up in getting at higher value. So all this will create what? All this will create a demand for FMCG products, because those industries which are into agribusiness, or those who are into e-retail segment, their dominance will increase, their participation will increase. Automatically vegetables and fruits will become more and more expensive. So automatically the share price of big basket or farm to fresh, all these kind of FMCG, who are into e-business or any kind of intermediary interchain network model, definitely the stock price will increase because the demand for such kind of products will increase. So that way, what I can do, I can start buying this shares. I can probably take a short position on overall stock market, because altogether, if the inflation will come, then it will impact the economy negatively. So this is just a basic understanding I'm just giving you based upon the present scenario, what is happening around us. You know what is happening around us. You all reading newspaper, you all going through the news, you know the how the economic scenario around us is impacting. You know the third wave of corona is about to strike the door. And when that again that is going to happen, again the business, again everything will get hampered. So all this will create what? All this will create huge inflation. All this will create a very high unemployment data, which altogether will impact the economy negatively. So 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, if I get index to take position, I'll take short position on them because I know that 2 month, 3 month down the line, the indexes will fall. Similarly, what are arbitrators? Arbitrators are those individuals who participate in the market looking into any kind of what you say mismanagement or looking for any kind of misinformation about the same asset in two different markets. Maybe there are two parts of Bangalore are there. So maybe in Kingeri the oil is at 90 rupees per liter. Suppose for example, suppose in Kingeri, I hope you are well aware about Kingeri. Suppose in Kingeri the oil is at 90 rupees per liter, and in Mangla the oil is at 100 rupees per liter. So what I can do, I can start buying oil from Kengeri at 90 rupees per liter and start selling in the Mangla at 100 rupees per liter. So thereby the profit what I'll get by doing this. So then that is called arbitration. So same asset in two different market cannot be traded at two different prices. If it happening, so then they are players who take advantage of this, and that way the demand supply mechanism again come to correction. Imagine if I start doing that, start buying oil from Kingeri and start selling at Mangla. Then from Kingeri to Mangla, I need to pay travel expenses, all that. So after deducting that also, if I'm getting some value, that is my risk-free profit. Imagine if I do the same transaction in bulk, imagine in thousands or like that. So the automatically one small value of profit per liter, if I talk in volume, that will become very big figure. So what arbitration is all about, the possibility of arbitration, because right now, whatever the forms of transaction we are engaged into, these forms of transaction we do online. And because these forms of transaction we are doing online, so the room for this kind of arbitration possibility is very minimal. It exists, definitely it exists, but it exists for very small movement of time. I hope you are getting me. So it exists for very small moment of time. And if they are arbitrator who do block trading, who trade in bulk, and thereby they try to settle the this possibilities with earning high risk profits, risk free profit, not risky profit, very high risky risk free profit. That is what is called arbitration. Now here I've given you possibility in this question that I've given you the spot rate. So dollar rupee, you know that currency always trade in pair. So I've given you the present spot rate between the exchange rate between rupee and dollar. Okay, and this is 6 month forward rate. So forward rate, what is forward rate, sir? So to understand forward rate, I believe you have basic knowledge about derivatives. So when it comes to derivatives, when it comes to a derivative backed instrument, in the case of derivatives, we are talking about a transaction which will probably will do in the future based on the present determined condition. So based upon the present determined condition, if we are talking about a transaction which will do in the future, so then that form of transaction is called derivatives. So the question comes, why we are talking about this, sir? The reason why we are talking about them, because they exist. So actually, if you want to trade in currency, if you want to trade on dollar rupee, you can trade in spot market. You can go and if you have $1,000, you will get 42,001 rupee. Okay, if you have $100, you'll get 420. You will get 4200.1 rupees. If you have $10, you get 420.1 rupee, 0.01 rupee. So like that, spot trading basically means at the present price, you can do trading. Or what you can do, you can think about taking position in the derivative market. Taking position in the derivative market will help you to fix the price. In the case of derivatives, what we do, they are the market which exists beyond the spot market, because maybe you're not much interested to do transaction right now at the present value. You are more interested to do transaction in of the future values, like probably uh, like 6 months down the line, what can happen about dollar rupee contract, you are more interested to do transaction at that value. If you really are interested to do transaction based upon what's going to happen on 6 months down the line, then probably derivatives are very good source of investment for you. So when it comes to derivative, actually forward contract is the OTC based instrument. So because OTC means over the counter, so normal individuals are not allowed to participate in OTC based instrument in India. In abroad, individuals can do, but India they cannot do. So in India, if you really are interested in currency market trading, then you can do through futures and options. But if you concern more for forward contract, then probably what you can do if you really are very much interested for forward contract. So what exchange give you that facility? So you can go, you can as in bank or as a company, they can participate in the forward contract. Individuals cannot do. Individuals, if they want, they can do through futures and option segments only. So now I this data is given to you. Also, I give you 6 month the annualized rate of interest in India on rupee on dollar in India. So you need to look into and you need to find out that is there any possibility of arbitration exist or not. Are you getting me? So to look into the possibility of arbitration, guys. So these we are doing mathematically. So in real market, it works, it don't work. So we cannot say with very much assurance, but to work on arbitration possibility. So remember that arbitrage possibilities will exist. Arbitrage possibilities will exist. Arbitrage possibilities will exist. Okay, so if forward rate, if forward rate premium, arbitrage possibilities will exist. If forward rate premium percentage or discount percentage that is not equal to, the arbitrage possibility will exist if forward rate premium or discount percentage is not equal to interest rate differential percentage. Talking about arbitration possibility, they may exist if your forward rate premium or discount percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage. Are you getting me? So then only the arbitration possibility exists. So talking about interest rate differential percentage, talking about interest rate differential percentage, talking about interest rate differential percentage, interest rate differential percentage is equal to 1 plus interest rate in India divide by, we'll use the formula 1 plus interest rate India divide by 1 plus interest rate in USA, okay, minus 1 into 100. We'll use this formula. I hope you can understand this. So we'll use this formula to find out the arbitrage possibilities in term of interest rate. So you know that interest rate in India is 12% per annum. Interest rate in USA is 8% per annum. So per annum means per year. So to determine the interest rate differential percentage, now the question comes why I have to take in the interest rate of India in numerator, interest rate of USA in denominator. You can understand, guys, the spot rate, or if you see the exchange rate, it is given $1 is equal to 42.001 rupee. Anyone, any doubt with this? So if you see the spot rate is this, so guys always remember how to write the formula for this. So you understand, no? The value in which the 1 unit of B currency, like if it is given like 1 unit of A currency, if it given 1 unit of A currency exchange rate, if it given like this, 1 unit of A currency is equal to how many units of B currency, if it given 1 units of A currency is equal to how many units of B currency, 1 unit of A currency is equal to how many units of B currency. So then the exchange rate what we follow for the interest rate. So the interest rate differential percentage, for the interest rate differential percentage, we follow the formula that 1 plus interest rate, 1 plus interest rate percentage of B country, 1 plus interest rate of B country divide by 1 plus interest rate of A country minus 1 into 100. This is the formula what we follow. This is the formula what we follow. Please understand, guys, don't get confused. So why I have taken the interest rate of rupee in numerator, interest rate of US in denominator. So this is what mechanism we follow. So that if it exchange rate is given like this, that 1 unit of A currency is equal to how many units of B currency. So the formula for the interest rate differential percentage is equal to 1 plus interest rate of B country divide by 1 plus interest rate of A country minus 1 into 100. So that will give us the formula for the interest rate differential percentage. Clear, everyone? So this will give us the formula for the interest rate differential percentage. So here in this case, I have used a formula that for dollar and rupee, because exchange rate was $1 is equal to 42.001 rupees. So I use that formula. So the interest rate differential percentage would be 1 plus 12% divided by 1 plus 6% minus 1 into 100. Into 100, sorry, that is given 8%, is it? USA 8%, not 6%. So this is 8%, this is 8%. I just need to solve this. This will be 1.12 divided by 1.08 minus 1 into 100. So I can use calculator and I can find these values. I can use calculator. I can find this value. So 1.12 divided by 1.08. So 1.12 divided by 1.08, that is 1.07037. And from this, I can minus 1 into 100. From this, I can do minus 1. From this, I can do minus 1. From this, I can do minus 1 and into this 100. We can use calculator. So we'll get 3.7037. So 3.7037%. So that is the formula for the interest rate differential percentage. Okay, between the interest rate in rupee, USA and Indian rupee, that is interest rate differential percentage. Okay, so once you understood this, once you understood this part, once you understood this part, once you understood this part, so you got the interest rate differential percentage, that is 3.7037 percentage. Once you understood that interest rate differential percentage is 3.7037, I'll compare this with the forward interest rate differential percentage. If they are equal, then there's no possibility of arbitration. If they are not equal, then there is a possibility of arbitration. Any doubt, anyone? So just now we found the interest rate differential percentage, which came around 3.7037%. We'll compare this with forward rate premium or discount percentage. So what I can do, I can find forward rate. You can see the spot rate. The spot rate is $1 is equal to 42.001 rupee, and the 6 month forward rate is $1 is equal to 42.802 rupees. Now Now guys, if you see here, now since the forward rate is more than the spot rate, so it means that forward rate is at premium. Then it means that the forward rate is at premium. Are you getting it? If your forward rate is more than the spot rate, it means your forward rate is at premium. While if your forward rate is less than the spot rate, then your forward rate is a discount. Okay. So what is the formula? What is the formula for forward rate premium or discount percentage? Know that forward rate is at premium. So the forward rate premium percentage is forward rate minus spot rate divided by spot rate into 12 by M 200. So the forward rate premium percentage is forward rate is 42.802 minus 42.001 divided by 42.001 12 by 6 into 100. So forward rate premium percentage is, so I need to solve this, 42.802. This is forward rate. 42.001. This is your spot rate. So you can find this forward rate minus spot rate divide by spot rate divide by spot rate. Okay. Then once you get this figure is 0.019.019.071 into 200 into 200. That is 3.8141. That is 3.8141%. This is your forward rate premium percentage. So your forward rate premium percentage is 3.8141 percentage, and your interest rate differential percent was 3.7037%. So guys, if you notice in this problem, guys, if you noticed in this problem, that your interest rate differential percentage is 3.7037 percentage, and your forward rate premium percentage is 3.8141 percentage. So since the forward rate premium percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage, since the forward rate premium percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage, it means there is a possibility of arbitration. It means there is a possibility of arbitration. Did you get it? Anyone, any doubt? You can see that your interest rate differential percentage is 3.70. So your interest rate differential percentage you got is 3.7037, and your forward rate differential percentage is 3.8141. So since your interest rate differential percentage is not equal to the forward rate premium percentage, it means there is a possibility of arbitration. Now, in order to work on the possibility of arbitration, in order to work on the possibility of arbitration, we employ trading strategies. We work on scenario building. We'll talk about construction of two scenarios, like how the arbitration works. So we will borrow in one Indian rupee and we invest in USA in dollar, and then again we'll convert back or proceed into Indian rupee. We'll see, are we getting more than what we have invested. Similarly, vice versa, we did with the another scenario where we'll borrow in dollar and invest in India, and then we'll convert back or proceed after 6 months into dollars, seeing that what we are going to receive is that more than what we have invested. We'll see where there's a more possibility. We see which way is there any way that arbitration can be achieved, because you can see here that the interest rate differential percentage is not equal to the forward rate premium percentage. So definitely there's a possibility of arbitration. We'll work on that possibility of arbitration where is actually working on. So that we'll do in next class. We'll discuss this more in next class. So anyone have any doubt, whatever I did so far, anything you want to ask from me? So anyone, any doubt, any question you want to ask from me before I wind up the today class? So we here in today class, we discussed like what all possibilities, like in this class we discussed that is there any possibility of arbitration or not. In next class we'll see how that possibility exists, like should I borrow in rupee and invest in dollar, or should I borrow in dollar, invest in rupee. We'll see that possibility in next class. So till then, take care of yourself. I'll see you all in next class. Anyone, any doubt, any question? Can I wind up the current class?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Shavni, Dhanush, Megha, Mohammed Saif, Shivang, Shavni, Are, anything you want to?
No, sir.
Can we wind up the class, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone. I'll wind up the class. Thank you for your kind response. Take care. Bye.